It is incredibly easy to watch 101 Dalmatians and decide you want to bring one of those iconic, spotted sidekicks into your home. Families often buy these puppies expecting a calm, ready-made cartoon companion. Instead, they find themselves living with a rugged, high-endurance, historic working breed. To figure out if you are actually equipped for one, we are calling a family meeting. We will lay out the objective facts to help you evaluate if your household can handle this specific dog. These dogs were originally bred as coach dogs. Their purpose was to run alongside horse-drawn carriages for miles without tiring, guarding the cargo and the passengers. That raw stamina and guarding instinct transitioned perfectly into the fire service. Dalmatians ran ahead of horse-drawn fire engines to clear the streets, and then stayed behind to protect the horses while the firefighters worked. That history creates a massive gap between the dog's physical needs and the reality of a modern pet owner. A dog built to run alongside a carriage for hours will not be satisfied sleeping on a rug all day. This flowchart shows the 4 specific trade-offs every family must weigh before committing. You have to evaluate your available time, your physical space, your budget, and the age of your kids. You are dealing with an elite endurance athlete trapped in a pop culture mascot's body. Treating a Dalmatian like a casual accessory guarantees a disastrous experience for both you and the dog. The first evaluation path targets your schedule and your square footage. A Dalmatian requires a minimum of 2 hours of high-intensity exercise every single day. Casual neighborhood walks are simply not enough for this active breed. They need to be running, hiking, or completing agility courses. Because of that energy, they struggle in small apartments. They need homes with secure, open yards where they can safely burn off their drive. If you under-exercise this breed, the behavioral consequences are immediate. Bored Dalmatians resort to destructive chewing and often develop severe separation anxiety. You cannot solve this by simply putting them outside. Dalmatians are notoriously clingy velcro dogs that demand constant human interaction and will become deeply unhappy if isolated in a backyard. If your family's lifestyle does not already include vigorous, daily outdoor adventures, a Dalmatian will quickly destroy your furniture, your blinds, and your patience out of sheer boredom. The second evaluation path looks at the people living in your home, specifically children. Dalmatians have a highly physical play style. They are boisterous, bouncy, and approach their owners with massive enthusiasm. Their high-energy physical nature makes them a hazard for toddlers. A wagging tail or a sudden jump from a 50-pound dog easily knocks over small children. They also retain their historical guarding instinct. This often manifests as aloof or standoffish behavior toward strangers who enter the home. To prevent that aloofness from escalating into reactivity, you have to commit to intense early socialization. They need consistent positive reinforcement training from the moment they come home. Dalmatians require a household of robust older children capable of understanding and respecting an animal's boundaries. Bringing one into a home with stumbling toddlers is a high-risk choice. The third evaluation path covers your budget for genetic health, starting with the breed's highest profile defect. Deafness is directly linked to the extreme white piebald gene, which gives the Dalmatian its famous white coat. This gene causes a lack of melanocytes in the inner ear, leading to hearing loss. Because of this risk, reputable breeders perform a BAER test at 6 weeks of age. BAER stands for Brainstem Auditory Evoked Response, which is a diagnostic tool that evaluates the entire auditory pathway. This diagram shows a BAER test, measuring the brain's electrical response to clicking sounds. Distinct peaks and valleys indicate a functional hearing ear. A completely flat line indicates a non-functional ear, meaning unilateral or bilateral deafness. Raising a fully deaf dog introduces severe behavioral challenges, including a high risk of aggressive startle reflexes. It requires specialized, visually based hand signal training that most casual owners are not prepared for. Avoiding this heartbreak requires paying a high upfront cost to buy from a CHIC certified breeder. CHIC stands for the Canine Health Information Center, and certification means the breeder strictly tests their litters for these exact genetic defects. The final evaluation path involves rigid, daily physiological maintenance. Dalmatians carry a unique genetic mutation that leaves them unable to process uric acid normally. When uric acid builds up, it frequently forms urate bladder and kidney stones. These stones are extremely painful for the dog and require expensive veterinary interventions, including surgery to remove. Preventing these stones is a daily mandate. They need a strict low-purine diet, plenty of hydration, and absolutely zero table scraps. Then there is the grooming reality. Despite having a short, single-layered coat, Dalmatians are heavy, year-round shudders. Their short, stiff hairs embed themselves into fabric and resist normal cleaning. Managing this requires weekly brushing with a rubber curry comb and constant vacuuming of your floors and furniture. Owning a Dalmatian means committing to a rigid, specialized biological care routine and accepting you'll find white hair on your clothing for the rest of the dog's life. Let's bring this family meeting to a close and combine all these data points. This matrix weighs the required effort against your capabilities. Apartment dwellers, parents of toddlers, couch potatoes, and anyone on a tight budget should look elsewhere. The perfect match demands active runners, older kids, large fenced yards, and owners enforcing strict training and diets. If you respect their working dog heritage, protect their unique biology, and put in the exhausting physical hours, the Dalmatian will reward your family with unparalleled, goofy devotion.